right, guys, we're going to have a little bit of friendly competition here. We got this. What is that thing doing?
That's your gun.
Get that thing out of here, man. We got the brand new FNX 45 Tactical that we're going to shoot some steel behind us over here. We're going to have a bit of fun here today. We've got the loophole delta point on top of it, and we're going to see how this thing performs. I've never run one with electronic optics on it, so we're going to see how this handgun performs with it. So let's have a little bit of fun with this. No guns were harmed during the filming of this video. The FNX 45 Tactical is a very close first cousin to the FNP 45 Tactical, with some pretty impressive improvements done to it. The FNX 45 Tactical was developed for the U.S. Joint Combat Pistol Program. Its overall design and functionality brings firearm engineering to a whole new level. The checkered polymer frame comes in both black and flat dark earth. The flat dark earth model blends perfectly with the metal slide on this thing. It also comes with a few back straps to give you a couple of different grip options. All operating controls are fully ambidextrous, and the 5.3-inch cold hammer forged stainless steel barrel has a threaded muzzle to accept both sound suppressors, compensators, and really any other accessories you may want to thread onto the end of the barrel. To the eye, the FNX 45 Tactical is a thing of beauty, but does it shoot like one? A lot of care went into the ergonomics of the FNX. You feel like you fired this gun before. We set up some steel plates at about 7 yards. We really wanted to get a feel for the handgun and close quarter accuracy of it. The first thing that we all noticed is that when you pointed this gun in the direction of your target, it was aiming at it. It had a very natural cant to it, very similar to a 1911. And the lack of recoil due to the low bore axis allowed you to get back on target relatively quick without rushing your second shot. At least that was the case for most of us. This wandering gypsy broke every handgun rule.
Mags too.
Huh? We got plenty more mags.
You said that's Ben's brother, right?
That's right. After threatening to take him off my Christmas card list, my brother finally got the hang of this thing. So, how did the FNX 45 Tactical measure up? All right, guys, we all had a chance to shoot the steel with this FNX 45. Personally, this is my first time ever shooting through any kind of electronic optics, and I loved it. It was spot on. When you tried to rush your shot, of course, the optic bounced around a little bit, but if you took your time and shot, it hit wherever you were aiming to shoot every time. I enjoyed it. This thing actually has the bore axis sits a little bit lower, so your hand rides a little bit higher, and it takes the recoil really, really well. I enjoyed shooting it. Chad, what'd you think of the gun?
I liked it too. I'm kind of with you. I don't shoot much pistols with optics, but once I got used to it, we shot it before we ran the steel once just to try it out, see if the optics were on, and I missed the first few, but once I figured out how the optics worked and lined up, I was good after that.
Tyler, what'd you think of the weapon?
Oh, I'll tell you what, Mama's going to be upset because I've got to have one of these. It's just a super handling pistol. It's impressive to have a gun that fits in your hand that well and holds 17 rounds of 45 ACP. You know, you got a lot of nice stuff that I've had an opportunity to shoot out here. And not trying to plug anybody, but one thing that I will not find myself without is a Tavor, and I will find myself with one of these. So Mama's not going to be happy with me, but it just felt good to me.
What'd you like about it, Todd?
You know, it's got a natural point like a 1911 platform. Glocks, although I've gotten used to them over the years, it's got a funny angle that you have to point your grip hand down to. This thing's just got a natural point. It handles the recoil extremely well. Your bore axis is close to your hand. It just felt good to me. It felt like home, if that makes any sense.
I mean, you shot well with it. What did you think of the electronics optics? I mean,
it's neat. That's the first time I've ever used one on a handgun. You know, I'm familiar with the aim points, Neotechs, and Mepros and stuff on rifles. First time I've ever run one on a handgun. But I shot it, you know, with the red dot, and I also shot it on the paper with the iron sights, and the gun hits where you point it. It's got a great feel.
And just so you know, Todd only needs 7 shots in that magazine. So.
But I had extra if I needed.
That's right. We got to set more targets up.
Yeah.
But man, I will have one. I like it that much.
Okay, Ben, what'd you think?
I thought it was a great gun. Never shot with the electronic optics on it before. Never shot this gun. Don't have much experience with this single double, but I mean I had a pretty good run with it. Real smooth gun. The recoil, even with a 45, is minimal. Had a nice crisp trigger, a good clean trigger reset. Not much travel, so overall I really enjoyed shooting the gun. I'd like to have one too. We'll see if Mama will let me have one, but I like the gun. Nice, good, well put together, quality weapon.
And nothing fancy about the ammo either. PMC ammo, every round fed properly, functioned properly, fed, ejected, everything. So the ammo, we had absolutely no problems with the ammo either, and we all shot it several times. So overall, it seems like a well-performing handgun, not just one that's impressive to look at and one that functions properly. It feeds all the ammo that we ran through it, and accurate also, really accurate, a consistent shot. I found that it was pretty consistent too. If you put your dot where you want it to go, the bullet was going to follow it. So it seemed like it had a real consistent shoot to it. That's the FNX 45 by FN, so check it out if you get a chance to.